Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be doing the walkthrough of, drumroll, Fowsniff. I don't know how they pronounce it. I did this one so long ago that I did this before I even had Notion templates and notes, so this is this is what we're working with, and I opened up this walkthrough so you guys can see more in detail what they did, but I will try my best to explain it as best as possible. So first, let's open up tryhackme.com. Fowsniff is. There we go. This was the walkthrough they did. They did net discover to find it. It's an interesting thing they did. They run it as a VM. Strange. Okay. Don't mind that. Okay. They started theirs a little different as they were hosting the VM themselves on their network. That's why they did NetScan. Don't worry about that. This is where we're going to be starting right here. So you will be, deploying the machine, get it up using Nmap. What ports can you see? From there, I will open up my file as well. Here was my scan. I ran the command, let's see, nmap sv -v tac pn tac a tac on. I'm guessing by now everyone is familiar with those tags and flags. Tags and flags, kind of a funny way to do it. Kind of funny rhyme. So let's see what they have. They have an SSH server open. They have an HTTP and a POP3 server open, and IMAP, which those are both email related protocols. It's kind of like a throwback. Like I said, I haven't done this one in a long time, but it was enjoyable. From there, this information, look around, what can you find? So from there, we went to the website. It's just a little, web page, being hosted by a WordPress. So from there, you can Google the name. There wasn't much, so did a derb scan, and Nicto also didn't reveal anything. So we Googled that and found a pastebin. So unfortunately, that pastebin, you can't actually get to it anymore unless you use the Wayback Machine. I did that the other day and printed it into here, so that way you lovely folks can see it. It's the same thing that they have up here. And luckily, they weren't salted hashes, just MD5s. So there's a bunch of different ways you can do that. It seems they did a online one. I am going to assume from here, because it says, can you decode it with this website? I'm going to assume I used Hashkiller, but you could also use John the Ripper, and that would be a command line tool version to do that. John the Ripper. I think it's John the Ripper, or is it Jack the Ripper? Yeah, John the Ripper. I was like, Jack is the actual killer. So yeah, then you would use the username and password you captured, and can you use Metasploit to log in via POP3, which is the email. Let's see if I have any screenshots of that. No, nothing there. It's the passwords. That was the other document. So yeah, you would then use the POP3. Oh, there it is. Right there. So you brute force it, but because we have, user files and user paths, pretty easy for it to get in there pretty quickly. And because POP3 is a vulnerable, outdated version of it, it's easy to brute force. The user was Sienna, and the password was Scooby-Doo2. Not very secure, if you ask me. And after that, you can see that there's 2 messages. So looking through her emails, what was a temporary password set for her? It was sicken bluff plus secure shell. Kind of an interesting email, but hey, to each their own. So we retrieve the second message and find that it came from someone named Backstein. So what do you think we're going to do? What we do is we're going to try and use SSH with those credentials. As we know, Backstein sent it, so do SSH backstein password to SSH with the IP, and ta-da, you are in there. And here's the hint, guys. I won't tell you right now, but you'll be able to see right here in this photo the reason why we're able to get privilege escalation. Let's make sure we're still recording. Good. All right. This is actually the reason why. This little ASCII art that it prompts up. And you'll see why. So, once you get a reverse shell, so yeah, what group do they belong to? CubeSH. So you do find group users, and from there you can kind of see what groups they're in, meaning, you know, what tools can they use that have, you know, privileges for them that the user otherwise wouldn't. So we take a look at the content of the file, and it contains the messages that came once we logged in through SSH. And as you can see, it's the prompt. So if you guys can figure out what we're going to do next, that's right, we're going to put a reverse shell in there, because that service that is prompting out that little ASCII art is being run as root. Think neofetch, things like that. I don't know, I keep looking this way. I keep thinking the camera's there, but you guys are here. I don't know why I keep doing that. But yeah, you put it in there in, you know, a nano editor or Vim or whatever you want to use to edit it. We try to run it, and it finds that there's an error. We try to locate Python and find it contains Python 3, so we make some changes. Yeah, and here they have it right, but they messed it up. And once you do that, you can log in through it. Let's see, as we log in through SSH, we get a banner similar to the one that CubeSH contains, so we check etc update motd.d directory to look for executables that might run this program, and find that file 00 header runs this shell script. So now we exit SSH and set up our listener using netcat, because once you then log in the next time, it's going to rethrow up that prompt with your reverse shell in it, thus sending out the shell to your listener. So just set up your listener on the port you dedicated it to, connect to it, and then on your listener you will catch your shell, and it'll be en route. And from there you just grab any flag that is in the root directory. It was a pretty simple one, but I thought it was really unique because it introduced POP3, which not a lot of CTFs I've seen implement mail things. There's some that do it and they just make it way too complicated, but I thought this one was an easy way to get your toes into the water, so to speak, with, you know, email protocol exploitation. So yeah, if you guys want to try it out, definitely recommend it. Thought it was really interesting, not too long, and there's a ton of great resources online. But yeah, that's it. Thanks.